Two of the world's top divers dove deep into Four Shark Blue Hole, a place shrouded in endless darkness. Hours later, one of them never made it back to the surface. This was Rob Parker's final dive, the last journey of the elite British cave diver. Located in a remote area of the Caribbean Sea, Four Shark Blue Hole is one of the most famous vertical blue holes. Its entrance lies in a seabed basin surrounded by corals, leading to a vast underground cave system. The main tunnel up ahead is wide and steady, seeming to lure divers further in. Yet deep inside hides a narrow crevice only wide enough for one person to squeeze through sideways. Local divers all know this passage is far too dangerous to enter. That night, British veteran cave diver Rob Parker and his friend Dan Malone headed here for a private exploration. They swam steadily along the familiar main cave with clear views ahead. As they went deeper, daylight faded away completely and the rock walls vanished into blackness. They felt as if floating in an endless vertical void. Switching to side-mounted tanks, they slowly squeezed into the crevice less than 2 feet wide. The ground was covered with fine white silt. One wrong move would wipe out all visibility instantly. At first, everything went smoothly. The vast space beyond the crack looked breathtakingly surreal. Soon they realized time was running out. Their oxygen was running low, and the tide could shift any moment, so they decided to turn back. Right then, Dan's gear malfunctioned, and he had to switch his air supply. Severe nitrogen narcosis hit him at once, distorting his senses completely. He forced himself to stay calm and retreat along the guide rope, with Rob right behind him. When Dan looked back, he saw Rob stop kicking and slowly sink downward. He rushed over, grabbed Rob's ankle, and pulled him back into the passage. After a brief pause, Rob regained his senses and kept moving as if nothing had happened. Dan had no choice but to press on. They struggled against strong backward-flowing water while crawling through the narrow gap. Dan finally reached spare air tanks to catch his breath. He shined his flashlight back into the tunnel, yet Rob was nowhere to be seen. No light responded, and the guide rope stood empty. Dan knew he could never go back. That deadly crack meant certain death for him now. He finished long decompression alone and surfaced hours later. Before dawn, everyone learned the tragic news. 2 days later, rescuers found Rob Parker's body at 149 feet underwater. There were no signs of struggle, and his diving equipment was gone. Investigators concluded he was overwhelmed by extreme nitrogen narcosis inside the tight passage, lost all sense of direction, and eventually drowned.